Good morning, Angela. Again, Leonard here. Thank you for sending over your website URL. I've had a chance to review some things on your website from a technical standpoint and just from a SEO standpoint. And just one thing I really liked when I first landed on the homepage, the win a prize lead magnet. I thought that was really cool. I'm curious to know your conversion on that particular pop-up. I've never seen anything like that before, so I thought that was awesome. So having a look at your website, I think this is a very cool idea. Honestly, I wasn't familiar with seat covers, or that, there are actual kind of, I would call the seat covers like designer seat covers. I thought the only option were disposable. So it's really cool. Definitely, kind of a different type of product. So that's awesome. So a few things I noticed on your homepage, and these aren't necessarily related to SEO, but if these things can be improved, like improve your average time on site for your site visitors, average number of pages they visit per session, and ideally the conversion rate, these would have an indirect impact on your search engine rankings. So the first thing I noticed here, you have this 15 seconds in your cover. So I think this is cool. I think for something like this, any type of how-to, it's more powerful to have a video. That way you can actually see someone putting on the seat cover, and that's something, of course, you can add to YouTube. I didn't find a YouTube channel for NiceEats, but again, that can be a first video to put on YouTube along with some of the other product videos that I saw. And the reason why you want to have some type of presence on YouTube, that's branded under NiceEats, is that after Google, YouTube is the second largest search engine, and Google owns YouTube. So anytime you have a presence there, that's going to have a positive impact on your SEO. So first, I'll try to convert this into a video. The second thing here, these are some very good stats on why someone should go away from not just using sitting in a airplane seat and not having their own cover. So what the part that I'm missing here is, and while I look at this, there's a bit of a typo, so it might be worth it to do a Grammarly check for every page. But okay, these issues that you have outlined, how does NiceEats products address these issues? That's the piece that I'm missing. And while I've read through your website and kind of read what about the product, I can kind of connect the dots. Typically, you want that to be as clear as day on your homepage. So you're outlining the issues, the pain points, and really the next part is drilling down on how NiceEats, your products, address those pain points. And I think this health issue, especially with the current COVID situation, I think that's huge, because even after things are more settled, people are back traveling again as normal, I think COVID and just overall health when traveling is going to be more so at the forefront of people's minds. So I think that's definitely a point that you want to hammer in on, is that, hey, NiceEats, our products will help you be more secure, more safe, or healthier while you're traveling, whether that's on a bus, a train, or even airplanes. So I think that's definitely an opportunity, an angle you could push for moving forward. Other than that, see your different features. What I suggest is that you actually link each of these icons to the feature on those publications. I know sometimes, especially when you're dealing with newspapers, they might take down the page after a certain period of time. But if the pages are still live, definitely link back to them, as that can definitely add a bit more credibility that you were featured on these different publications. Moving further, so great that you have testimonials. That's great. What I would recommend is perhaps either getting these testimonials on Facebook or Instagram. And the reason why is that usually most people, they're going to have some type of profile picture, and adding that profile picture adds a deeper credibility to your testimonials. I see T. Cressman, that could be anyone, but if I actually see a picture of him or her, then hey, I can go find this person's profile because it's a real person. So that's definitely going to add a bit more credibility. And again, this is the goal of improving your conversion rates. So other than that, the rest of the page looks good. Now moving over to the product page, I'll go here first. I'm sorry, I already had it open actually. So first thing I noticed here is that we want to make this a little bit more keyword optimized. And I'm using this page as an example, but this is pretty much the same for any of your product category or product pages. So instead of original sites collection, I would try to find a way to incorporate um, airplane seat covers or traveler seat covers here in the title tag, this little box that just popped up, and your heading 1 tag. In addition to that, I will find a way to incorporate some heading 2 tags on your site, on your page, so that it's just better optimized for airplane seat covers and other targeted keywords. So that would be, and then of course you want to make sure you update this since it's now past March 31st. And yeah, that would be my big thing for your product pages. Just make the title tags, the meta tags, and the heading tags. Incorporate more of your keywords or variations of your keywords. Kind of moving on here. Again, I saw you had this video. So again, I'm not sure if I wasn't able to find a NiceEats YouTube channel. So make sure that you're uploading those videos to a NiceEats branded YouTube channel. Because again, that's a great way to get more exposure for the brand. And then for your reviews, if you don't already have a system, I highly recommend that you do start collecting reviews for your different products because built in, Shopify has what's called a product schema and an aggregate rating schema. And basically schema, it's rich content that you provide the search engine so they have more contextual information about your product. And as you can see here, there are 8 warnings with your current product schema setup. So I would spend some time going in here and fixing these things, and the same with aggregate rating. So making sure that you're going in here and fixing these things to ensure that they are showing up in the search results, as we see here with Amazon. It's going to reload. But I'm sure you've seen Amazon definitely has these ratings, and when you compare them to everything else on the page, they certainly stick out. So you want to make sure, if you're not getting those triggered, that you make the necessary edits in the schema so that they are triggered. So it just looks like there's some information missing here, like SKU and images and description and brand and so on. So other than that, kind of moving on to your website speed. So I did a check for the site speed of the website. This is an important aspect of any SEO campaign because Google and other search engines, they only want to give the visibility to websites that are the most user-friendly. In this way, users will continue to use Google or to continue to use Bing, and you're providing a great experience for your site visitors. So when I ran a speed check on your website, it's not terrible. You have a D here for first byte time, but some pretty good scores for your other elements of your site speed. Now for the metrics, you're right where I would want to be with load time. If we could get that under 3 seconds, that would be even better. But your first byte time, Ideally, we would want this at 0.5 seconds or lower. And then your first contentful paint, that's simply how long it takes for the first pixel of color to show up above the fold before someone has to scroll. So you're not too far off the mark here. Ideally, I would want that to be at 1.5 seconds or lower. Right now, you're at 1.6. And then by making improvements to these specific metrics, it's going to improve your overall load time so we can dip under that 3-second mark. But again, not a huge area for improvement because you're already in a good space. But, I think it's just pushing past that final 10% to get you at some really good benchmarks. Other than that, I did some research for your different keywords. So I would imagine your primary keyword would be airplane seat covers because it has 250 searches per month on average, and that's more than any others. I would recommend, I would say from what I read about your product, you're probably not, you don't want to target disposable airplane seat covers. But I noticed that you don't have a blog, and again, that could be a great way to kind of expand the net online as far as people who find out about your product outside of social media. So content blogging regularly would be a way we can do that via SEO because we can target different phrases, maybe phrases more relevant to recommended traveler or frequent travelers or people who have anxiety about traveling. And that way, people who usually wouldn't know about your product or your product wouldn't be in front of them, now you're writing something about frequent travelers. Hey, but we also offer these seat covers that are nicely designed and have some health benefits. So that can be one reason why you want to do blogging. And one blog topic that immediately came to mind, because I imagine, people, they have the decision point of whether they're going to purchase disposable seat covers or reusable seat covers. So a blog can be something like reusable seat covers versus disposable. What are the benefits of reusable over disposable? And that can be a great way to position your product as superior to other, disposable seat cover companies or disposable seat cover products. Another blog topic would be kind of like a buyer's guide for reusable airplane seat covers or reusable traveler seat covers. And this can almost be a way to, again, position NiceEats as the superior choice versus some of your other competitors in the market. So that's some way I would go about targeting different keywords and making sure that you are visible for more keywords that aren't necessarily related to the product. But overall, you're doing very well with your rankings. Ranking top 10 for, I would think, a lot of relevant searches. I think at this point, to build your organic traffic, it would just be adding more content so that you're, again, expanding the net as far as the keywords that you're targeting. Okay. So the last thing, I just wanted to take a quick look at your backlinks. From what I saw, you do have some really good links. So that's always an ongoing effort with SEO. So you always want to make sure that you're, spending some time and energy building backlinks to your website. So in the traditional marketing world, we call this PR, but in SEO, really it's all about building links to your site, but you're also getting coverage, press for your site. So you have some really good ranking or websites here. So what typically my first kind of low-hanging fruit way of building backlinks, maybe we look at your top 3 to 5 competitors, even if they're not necessarily selling the same exact product, but maybe they are also targeting the same audience that you are. Look at which websites they're getting backlinks from, and then those would be our first opportunities that we go after. And really just building out your backlink profile and making sure that you're always improving the authority of your website. So, Angela, that brings me to the end of the video. I hope it has been helpful, and I do look forward to speaking with you further about potentially collaborating together on your SEO. But thanks for watching again, and I look forward to your response. Take care and have a great rest of your day.